Hi guys, welcome to chapter 14 of my romance novel. So it's a male-male romance novel. Chapter 14, Thursday, June 26th. Daniel, I think I like this schedule. Waking up to Ilio sleeping next to me in the hotel's huge bed was my first bonus. I just watched him sleep. He didn't snore or move. Sliding over a little, I snuggled next to him. He didn't wake, but shifted position and let me cozy up. The warmth of his body, this moment of closeness, made the whole trip worthwhile. We lay like that for several minutes, until I made the mistake of holding his hand. That woke him up. "Morning," Elio mumbled, shifting away from me and climbing out of bed. "I've got to pee." I placed my hands behind my neck and smiled. He's so sexy wearing only board shorts. He's sexy wearing anything. He came back from the bathroom and climbed into bed beside me. "Where's some of your coffee? It's addicting." "Get dressed. Let's go to the sand crab." "Just a minute." Elio ran a finger down my chest. I was only wearing board shorts too. My one pair. "I was thinking," Elio said, running the finger back up my chest. "After work, let's run back home to the house, grab the boards and meet Billy, and some friends at the beach and do some surfing. Are you still really stiff?" "Not as bad. I'm up for it," I said. "Billy surfs?" "You expect a little thing like a wheelchair slows him down?" We cuddled for a few more minutes, then we had to get ready. We had coffee and breakfast at the Sand Crab, then I went for my jog and yoga. Elio had to take down the wedding reception from yesterday. Yoga was better than yesterday. I still couldn't do some of the harder poses, but it worked out. Mia and Lynette were both there, and we chatted afterward. The big difference? 20 people had joined us. When I logged in, me and the boss instant messaged like usual. I told him about Billy, how he was helping me make a skimboard, and he surfs. Edwin liked that one. Lunch was fun as always. No Noah, thank God. Lynette and a few of the other workers joined us. They didn't like my coffee, at least not without enough milk and sugar to trigger a diabetic coma. Elio had it with half and half, no sugar. I was the only one who could handle it black. I didn't have to have a board to sand, so I called Dad. "Hey Dad, sorry I didn't call last night." "Busy night with Elio?" I told him everything, about the luau, about Mia and Al, about surfing today. "You should move out there," Dad said. "You're a different person." "What about you?" "I'll be fine. The caterer I was telling you about, Tiffany? We went out to eat at the steakhouse, did some line dancing." "All that exercise? Your heart?" "No problem so far." I called Xander, expecting him to be at work. I can't keep track of time changes like this. He picked up on the second ring. I was right the other day. He hadn't changed clothes. His beard growth was a little heavier, and his eyes seemed sunken in. Something was around his eyes. Tear tracks, maybe? As he answered, I saw an image of his apartment. Pizza boxes and Chinese takeout littered every surface, and dozens of empty beer cans. "Hey," I said. He didn't respond. "Hey," I said again. "How's the weather?" "Hot. You?" "Humid. Random chance of showers." We had another awkward silence. I should be angry. I should be depressed. I don't know what I should be feeling. But what I did feel was worried. "How's Ashley?" I asked. "She dumped me." "Why?" He paused and adjusted the camera. I saw a little bit more of the mess behind him. "Because." "Why?" He mumbled something. "Louder." "She broke up because she didn't want to be seen with a slut like me." Like she's one to talk. Xander smiled a little. "Take me on a tour of your apartment." 1 bedroom, 1 bath, kitchen, lots of closets, and it was a garbage heap. "Why don't you hate me? I ruined your wedding, destroyed your life. Why do you even bother with me?" I had to think about that one for a minute. "I ruined your life first. I ruined you, you ruined me. Sounds like a beautiful friendship, doesn't it?" He smiled again, a little bit bigger this time. "Why aren't you at work?" I asked. I couldn't face them, so I took a week off. "Everybody hates me. My own parents are mad." "I'm not. I don't hate you." His turn to ask, "Why?" I didn't know what to say, so I ignored the question. "I went surfing, and you wouldn't believe how red I got. I can see your nose." "And I saw dolphins out in the ocean," I said. "They are much more impressive in person than on TV." "Lucky." "I'm making a surfboard." "No way. I don't believe that." We talked about nothing for half an hour, when Chansey from the front desk found me. I ended the call. Your suitcase has arrived, and we've taken it to your room. I packed up my gear, had Barney pour a cup to go, and went back to my room. There it was, my old suitcase. A little bit more battered, but in one piece, sort of. Somebody had duct taped it back together. I unwound the duct tape, discovering that one of the hinges had broken, and opened the case. Inside was my old life. Button-down white shirts, slacks, a pair of sensible shoes, my underwear, toiletries, a spare laptop charging cord, and everything a panicking virgin thought he would need for his wedding night, like fruit-flavored condoms, ribbed condoms, non-lubricated condoms, glow-in-the-dark condoms, aloe lotion, cocoa butter lotion, lube, watermelon-flavored lube, chocolate syrup, strawberry syrup, caramel syrup, pink fuzzy handcuffs, and this black lace lingerie thing I would surprise Ashley with. I had bought enough crap for an orgy. Just looking at the contents embarrassed me. The suitcase had broken open somewhere, and someone had put all the clothes and sex things back in it and duct taped it together. I hope they had a good laugh. There was the boring, scared accountant workaholic in the suitcase. In the closet was the Hawaiian me, the yoga instructor, the wannabe surfer, the gay man who could have a little bit of fun. I looked at one, then the other. Which one would I rather be? The straight accountant, or maybe someone different? The always scared, people-pleasing, boring man in the suitcase, or maybe the me that was being discovered who lived in the sand crab and the beach? It was time for a change. I called Big Fish and asked for Billy. We talked. I gave him my sizes and my debit card number. He'd meet me at the Smith's house later. After the call, I went back to my room, packed everything that was the old me into the suitcase, sensible shoes, socks, pants, anything that buttoned down, and sealed it back up with the duct tape. Okay, it sounds weird. It sounds stupid. I couldn't explain it. But I didn't want to be the old me any longer. I kept Speedos, shorts, sandals, tie-dyed shirts, and my one pair of board shorts. That was my new wardrobe, and I didn't care what people thought anymore. I won't be the boring accountant. I don't know what I am, but I do know one thing. I needed a real board. Would Ilio and Billy help me build one? Ilio. All the way home, Daniel asked me questions about boards. How long it took to build one, what you had to do, benefits of one type of wood over the other, types of shellac, paints, dyes, types of fins on the back. He had printed out a couple dozen pages from the Monarch printers and had scribbled notes across them. His eyes were alive. I think one surf was all it took, and it's in his blood. So what changed? I asked. It sounds stupid to say it out loud. Be stupid. He smiled as he spoke. You're warned. My suitcase came. He was right. That did sound stupid. Great, your stuff finally got here. You've got clothes. Boring accountant clothes. I heard the sour note in his voice, and I think I understood. I bet the shoes suffocate your feet. And they stink too. Billy's van was parked in front of the house, and he had the side elevator down and was sitting on the sidewalk with a couple of shopping bags. My friends Isaac and G were by him, chatting it up with Neilani and Shawnee. Leilani was on the porch with her phone, like usual. Billy wore board shorts and a t-shirt, like all of us. Hey guys, I said as me and Daniel jumped out. This is Daniel from Nevada. We chatted a moment, shook hands, and then Daniel smiled as he saw the bags by Billy. Are those them? Daniel asked Billy. I think you'll like them. Billy handed Daniel a long receipt. 2 board shorts, 2 khakis, 6 t-shirts, 4 Speedos, a pair of sandals, no socks, and a couple of fun accessories. Daniel pulled each item from the bag and placed them in front of him, and with each thing he said, Perfect. What do you got? I asked. My new wardrobe, babe. I kissed him. About time you found someone, Isaac said. The last item he pulled from the bag was a rainbow anklet, like mine. Elio, put it on me, please. I knelt and placed it around his ankle, like mine. I stood. He knelt. I know we've only known each other since Sunday really, but I think it's time to take our relationship to the next level. My heart beat faster. Leilani dropped her phone. Mom? Grammy? Get out here. Isaac and G backed away a little. Billy looked up, eyes widening, mouth dropping. This week has been the best of my life, and it's all because of you. Mom and Grammy came out. Everybody got quiet. Real scary kind of quiet. Grammy covered her mouth, hiding a squeal. Elio Smith, this is really hard for me to admit, and I know it's been one fast relationship, Daniel said, and he looked up at me with the same eyes the peaches did. What do I say? Johnny came out the door, smirking, and stood behind Mom and Grammy, talking into his headset. When he saw us, he scowled. "He's doing it," Shani said. "Elio, would you? We've only known each other for a few days. Would you do me the honor of? You're leaving on Saturday. What would your dad say? This is just rebound." Daniel grinned like the idiot he must be. "Would you do me the honor of teaching me how to swim, babe?" Nobody said anything for the longest time. I didn't know what to say. Billy piped in. "Say yes." "Sure, you jerk. You had me scared for a minute." Of course I had to kiss him. Then I realized that if he had asked for real, I would have said yes. And then the noise broke. Shani rolled on the ground laughing, and Grammy cackled. Mom rolled her eyes, and G slapped me on the back. I couldn't hear what he said, because Billy was laughing so hard. "They never grow up," Johnny said, shaking his head. "Disgusting." "Well, at least they all have jobs," Leilani said. "And girlfriends," Neilani said, "or boyfriends. And really hot bodies." "Do you think G will be single when I graduate?" Shani said. "I wonder if Daniel can train him to do that handstand move." "You think flat abs and six-packs are everything," Johnny said. "They don't have enough brain cells to make a full brain between them." "Somebody's a little jealous," Grammy sang. When nobody was listening, I leaned into Daniel. "Just wait." "Another kiss?" "I haven't decided yet. Come and help me get the boards." Daniel followed me in, and I didn't like what waited for me when I walked into my room. Timmy's things were dumped into a box, his bed rolled up and laid on top. A sign on the door, and one on the wall above where Timmy's bed had been, and one on my bed, all read, "No dogs allowed." Well, that sucks. I grabbed one board and handed it to Daniel, then took another for myself. "I can make a sign that says, 'No gaming allowed,'" Daniel said. "Not worth it. Help me with the mattress." We hauled it into the living room, along with Timmy's stuff and the pillows. It fit, if we moved the couch over a little. I grabbed my clothes and the other boards from the closet and lined them up by the window. Daniel threw his blankets on it and his shopping bags. "Looks cozy. On the bright side, we're both living out of shopping bags now." Daniel. When we walked outside, hand in hand, Johnny was yelling at Mrs. Smith. "Just ignore it," I said. "You will get your board, you will go with them to the beach, and you will get some exercise and some sun. There's more to life than your games. And I want some peace and quiet without you yelling every minute." "But Mom," Johnny said, "I have an event right now I'm missing, and I'll be sore tomorrow." "Don't you but Mom me, you're almost 20. Now go get your suit and your board." "Daniel was super sore yesterday and you didn't hear him complaining," Shani said. Shani should have been inside my sunburned head. We walked over to the van where Billy was using the lift to get him and his wheelchair in. I guess we got company. Billy's van was a tech marvel, just like my boss's. Edwin has his elevator in the back. Billy's has it at the left side door. The entire back was empty, except for the lift equipment, 3 boards, and a cooler. Billy needs to compare notes with my boss. They'd have so much to talk about. Billy locked the wheelchair to the floor between the passenger seat and the driver's seat, unfastened himself from the wheelchair, and lifted himself over to the driver's seat in half a second and fastened the seatbelt. "Put your boards in." We did, and a minute later, Johnny slid in his board along with the others. 6 boards, 1 for each of us who could swim, plus 1 more. Except, I didn't know anything about surfing. Well, I guess I was going to learn pretty quick. "Shotgun," Johnny yelled. "Actually, Danny gets it. He's never been in my van. You ride with the others." "That's not fair." Johnny was telling the paraplegic about fairness. "I can ride in the other car, that's okay." "Get up here. We need to talk." "Hey, Mom, can I go?" Shani asked. "Just the boys this time. We'll do a girls' trip this weekend." Neilani came out with one of the dog notes. "Mom, you seen this?" I climbed up and took a seat. Elio crawled in through the side door, closed it, and sat just behind the wheelchair. We took off, the other car following. "What did you want to talk about?" "Nothing serious. I just wanted to get to know you. I'm not going to let anybody waltz into my buddy's life and steal his heart. Somebody's got to protect him." "Like it's your choice," Elio said. "I think it is," Billy said. "You think I'm going to let you go out with somebody who has 3 nipples? Danny, do you got 3 nipples?" "Danny, I like that," I smiled. "Danny. Danny Roberson, the new me." "No, I only have 2. I'm pretty boring." "Passed the first test then. Congratulations." "You know, I can't let anybody be best friends with Elio. Do you have 3 nipples?" Yes, that was the new me. I pushed back. "Do I get a say in any of this?" Elio asked. "No." Billy worked the controls by hand. No feet required. And no, I don't have 3 nipples. How long have you two known each other? First year of middle school, Billy said. Remember that English teacher? She had the heavy accent. Korean lady. I don't remember her name. Half of the time I couldn't understand her. That would make it, Billy said, 10 years? Probably. Back when you only had a crush on Shiori. You wanted to take her to some dance but were too scared to ask. I was not, Billy said. I changed my mind. Yeah, sure, whatever you say. I saw the pictures at the Big Fish, and if I'm out of line or prying, just say so, I said. Were you both in the accident? Neither spoke. Only the noise of the road sounded under the tires. That's when Ilio saved my life, Billy said.